All right, but now we're gonna go back to Phil's
Oh,
trilogy. It's the second movie in Phil's body swap trilogy,
I'm
and
gonna
this
swap his
one
name.
is Your Name.
I'm gonna swap his
Um,
name and I call him Phil. I'm gonna call him Feels because that's what this movie brings about. It brings about
Yeah,
feels.
this movie came out in 2016. It's about two
Yeah.
teenagers share a profound magical connection upon discovering they are swapping bodies. Things manage to become even more complicated when the boy and girl decide to meet in person. It's directed by Makoto Shinkai, and I am not going to attempt the stars because I do not want to do them dirty. But I'm going to give it away to Phil. Phil, this is your movie. Let us know.
okay. All right. First question. I watched it again, subtitled, because, like I said, I watched the anime subtitled. So that was the first question. Did you watch it subtitled or dubbed?
Yeah,
I watched it on
subtitle.
HBO in English.
Okay. HBO accent English. All right. No problem.
Yes.
Right?
So, all right.
It's subtitle for me.
Even watching it again, because this was like my second time watching this movie since it came out, and the first couple of things I thought about is like we watched like yeah, it's an anime, and it's like there's a lot of things that you think of when you watch anime, like robots and all that stuff, and things like ninjas and fighting like Naruto and Dragon Ball. This is none of that.
None. Zero.
Right.
None of that. Other than that, I also thought like the art style that this is a very pretty movie.
Very
Well,
much. Yeah.
RJ says to me because I watched half of it last night. I fell asleep just because we saw another movie. Started too late, so I rewatched it today. And he's leaving because he's playing Pokemon right now. He goes. All anime should look like this. I'm like, yeah, it's well drawn. Of course it should look like this.
And that's like one of the things is it is very well drawn, and like I
Yes.
think it's like mostly hand drawn. Like I'm sure the computer hit on a couple spots, but like I'm also sure like the pen hit the paper somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
The story, like one of the things I did notice too, this story is there is nothing like wasted. Like every bit of information you get, you need. Like they are telling everything to you for a reason. It's like it demands your attention a little bit in that way. Like right off the bat, like the news on the television is about the comet coming.
Yes.
And like you need every bit of information. Like when she's in the class and like they explain Twilight, and how that like you needed that information for later.
Magic Hour, they call it.
Yeah.
Magic Hour. Yeah. I thought the twist though.
The twist, brother.
That happened 3 years ago.
Brother.
You know what I
That's
mean?
kind of where like the story, like because they're body swapping, and you're right, and you're in with that. Like it kind of starts that is going on, and like it's a boy and a girl body swap. So like the boy's waking up, he got boobs now.
Yes.
So and along the way,
well,
like
I said to my wife, "How would you like to carry one of these things around for a day or two?" She's like, just kind of looked at me like, "Don't."
I can't really say like when he grabbed the boobs. I got man boobs, so it wouldn't be no difference for me. I just don't wear a bra.
Yeah, that 3-year twist is where like I feel like the rug kind of gets ripped out from you when they pull that like, twist on you, like oh shoot. And then I thought about okay, and I thought about like like my apartment and stuff, and just like all right, 3 years there wouldn't be really like 3 years is perfect because like 3 years ago I had the same cell phone, like it's it's like a perfect amount of time to not really catch. This is off by 3 years.
Yeah,
like
he lives in Tokyo, so he lives far away from where the comet landed. So it doesn't.
Yeah, I think it's called a Atamori. Is where she lives.
Itamori.
It's Itamori.
Itamori.
Yeah, Itamori.
Yeah.
That's one of my. I don't want to call it disgusting because it's their tradition, but
don't say what it's called.
Eating the rice.
Yeah, don't say what it's called.
And then chewing it and then spitting it back into the
to make
thing
the fermented alcohol.
to make the fermented,
They're
and
not
then
the
he
only ones that
drank
do
it
that.
later
That's not
after
that's
3 years.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know how they make it, but that's not the only place in the world that does that because they do it in it's either Peru or Colombia. It's called chicha. It's a beer that they make, and they filter it afterwards. But it's the saliva that helps break down the corn.
Yeah.
Even like during that part, because like she becomes like she's kind of like a temple girl too.
Yeah.
Over in her little town, she's like a temple girl, and he's kind of like the city boy. But I liked how like her friends seen her do it, and even they were a little grossed by it,
right?
They're like, oh,
also, isn't she the daughter of somebody important in the
Yeah,
city?
the mayor of the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Only reason I say it so I knew it was the mayor. I was trying to say it slowly, and I kept looking up at Grinch guy. They want to be one of his questions. So,
Well, one thing that got me about that part is when he figures out when he switches back that he has to let them know that the comet's gonna hit.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
When he goes in her body to go see the mayor, he says, "This is not you. Who are you?" But they never really explain how he knows that.
they
Am I
know.
right?
It's her father. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're not gonna think it's somebody else in her body unless you actually
that's a normal thing in anime.
experience something.
And you know what? The grandmother said that this like happens in the family,
Yeah,
and I think because like they don't have like that ritual where she was making like like the rice thing. That is something they do from like a past thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they don't have all the information. They just do it, that part of it for like, so I think there was like something else that happened and almost like a similar your name situation.
Well, and how about when they're taking the rice wine to the little shrine thing underneath the? I
Yes.
would never gone down there because I don't, that's gonna fall. But she says the whole thing about when you cross this, you're going from the past into the beyond,
Yeah.
beyond
The netherworld.
yeah.
The underworld.
Enter another world. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. One of the funniest scenes to me is every time he goes back, he always grabs her boobs.
Yes.
And when he thought that when he found out when the comet hit, the little sister cracked me up. So the comet hits. He finds out that the comet hits. He finally wakes up in her body again, and he realizes, oh, she's still alive. He's crying. It's not coming out the nose, but he's the young lady. And the sister opens up the door, and he just sitting there full of tears and boogers out his nose, grabbing his boobs, and it's just like
You must really like your boobies.
slams the door and is like, nope, not today. He walks away.
And the fact that her friends blew up a whole energy station.
Right.
They
Yeah.
blew up an energy station. Like, all right,
'Cause you wouldn't get arrested for that.
Yeah,
No,
like,
not at all.
and they're going off of her assumption that the comet is going to.
They're buying it, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that I think they both have really good
Well,
threads
they
in
did
this
say something
movie.
like like this had happened before.
Yes, it's happened before. They said
So like maybe they're like, oh, okay, we got to trust her.
no.
Yes.
I like the part when she's back in her body, she goes to find him,
Mm-hmm.
and then
He
she
goes-
finds him, but he doesn't know who she is because it's 3 years in the past.
Right.
3 years, but she gives him the
thing that-
braided thing. Yeah, and
Yeah,
he
the
turns
thing
it
that he
into a-
wraps it around. Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing
And-
that I didn't understand, and maybe you guys can sort this out for me because I said something and they was like, just let it go. Where the text messages start disappearing.
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Explain
Yeah.
that why that happens because
That's when he was trying to go back and he found out that the city was destroyed and all
right.
the
But
text messages started.
you shouldn't have got him in
disappearing.
the first place. Then it's all magical. So why would they go away?
Maybe it
yeah.
has to do with changing the timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
That,
he
yeah.
was.
I could
That's
find,
the
like,
important part that he just found out like, hey, it's almost like two worlds are coming together at that time.
Mm-hmm. And then when they met in the magic hour,
that
they're
one.
like, "Oh yeah, we got to write this down." Then just boop, the pen
Well,
just
it-
drops.
They only had
I
that
was
like little brief
"Oh."
moment, and he has to
Yeah.
go. So that was kind of like a cool part because she tries to meet him in Tokyo, and it's like you find that afterwards. Like, all right, she of course he doesn't recognize her. She's alive 3 years ago, and like, but he tried to go and meet her in like her town, and all he has to go is by like the hand drawn thing, and somebody finally recognized like, oh, it's this town,
Right.
and,
It ain't
like,
there no more.
and it ain't there no more, and he also went with like there again they have like great friends, and he went with like the girl that everybody liked at the restaurant.
And he liked too.
Yeah, he kind of
liked
like
it too.
she set him up with like the date, and the date didn't really go too well because like she liked him when she was in charge of his body.
Which is
So, and but like it was like her and his one friend, they go on and they're kind of on like their own date. He's almost the third wheel trying to figure out like about this girl. And like I like how like he kind of like leaves them and just like, I gotta kind of get in there and like see what's going on. And that's when he drinks like the thing, and you find out kind of
I
all
was
about
like,
her.
he's gonna drink that, yo.
yeah.
you knew he was going to. You knew he was going to.
And he knows where it was because he was the one who traveled in her body.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
And that brings out that like last connection to like, all right, and yeah, so it's so cool. And like, know that, but now he's back in her body, and he realizes like if he's in her body, that means she's up at the spot.
Yeah.
So he has to like he takes the bite, and then again, like the stuff in the town is also happening. Like we got to blow up like the communication to get everybody out of the way.
Yeah. What else? The ending when they finally meet each other.
Yes.
Like I'm like, how you? The trains were going two different directions,
and you certainly would. Yeah, and you definitely.
You know what I mean?
I'll get off at the next.
I'm just gonna run off and yeah.
I explain it easily.
Cities in the world.
I can explain it easily. It's anime.
Here we go.
So, I actually I like the way it was drawn when they do like meet each other on like that little mountain.
Yeah.
And because they draw the reflection of like the sun, and it's like splitting them, and he's on one side and like she's on the other. It's kind of like that picture right there.
Yeah.
But then he messed up. He wrote. I mean, I get he was trying to be like sentimental and all that stuff, but he wrote "I love you."
And you know that is like
you're supposed to write the name, bro. Like,
and when she opens it up and it just says "I love you," it is one of those like sad because this is a love story. That is.
I was like, here we go.
No, wait.
It's a little bit satisfying.
The text messages go away because of and changing timelines, but the stuff on their hands stay, even though the timelines are now still changing.
It's anime, like C-Bizzle says.
I'm just saying, like it's
anime.
It's not being consistent.
Kamaria enjoyed this movie as well.
I hope so.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Like it wasn't that anime, like you said, like Dragon Ball, like the Demon Fighter. It wasn't like that. This was just like a regular story.
It was,
you know what I mean? And I thought it was sad, like when she went the first time to like cut the string.
Yeah.
And then the comet hit.
Then the comet just hit.
You know
and you don't even know like what happens. Like, you just get like an idea, and like even like the first time I was like, wait, did she just die because of the comet?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what's you guys got a favorite part of the movie?
Just that scene I just described. Like one of the last times that not one of the last times, but when they switched bodies and he found out she's still alive, and he was crying profusely, and the little sister opened up her door and he's grabbing her boobs, and he looked at the little sister and he was happy that she's still alive and started crawling towards her like a zombie, and then the little sister slammed the door and was like, nope.
Yeah, that
and
was funny.
I won't go to school by myself. And, she told her grandma, and that was funny.
Yeah, I think this is the part I described where they're on like that little mountain, and like I said, the sunlight is like splitting them, but they could see each other. And like he was the one who knew like she would be up there because that's where he left himself at. Like, so he has to get on the bike and just make the trek up there while all this stuff is going on in town. And they do get to like see each other, and they're gonna write so they don't forget each other's name. Like, let's write our names on each other. And like he writes, "I love," and you don't even know he wrote "I love you" until like after the fact when they start forgetting everything.
You know what was a weird part of this movie? In this scene where the guy was scamming them.
Yeah.
And he pulled out the box cutter.
And it's like
she realized it later that he sliced. Like, that was pretty weird.
That was like,
oh my
very...
God. Like, what is he just doing that for fun? Like, just slicing people's things without them knowing? Like,
and she was able to sew it up and make it something better out of it because she knew
that was funny. She was like, "Take off your skirt right now." Blah, blah, blah. She's like, "What?
Oh, you have a feminine side."
Yeah.
The part that I thought was kind of funny is
Joseph Michael said her father was a royal jackass.
When you see that,
I mean, he went through something. They showed his backstory.
Yeah, he went through. Yeah, he lost his wife.
Yeah.
The part where you see him with his friends, when you almost like it takes you a few seconds, where you're like, oh, this is a few years later because he's in a suit now instead of his school uniform, and it's right after the interview, and he's like, well, and they're like, how's it going? He's like, I don't think I got it. And one friend's like, well, I got 2 offers. The other one's like, I got 8. I'm like, yeah, that's guys. That's how we would talk to each other. That's worked for me.
Yeah.
And I liked how he talked to because she sets him up for the date. And like he kind of like that, and on that date was like really your first clue because they have like the picture of the one town, and it was like something like the art exhibit was like the past or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live there now.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get some numbers for this movie. We'll start off with Green Shirt Guy.
I mean, I liked it. Here's the thing. I usually get into stories like this. This one just didn't hit me like most of them normally would. I didn't dislike it. I'm going to give it like a 7.8. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
7.8. All right. See, Bizzle?
Oh, so one thing I love about this is the beautiful art in this movie. Like when he drunk the sake, you notice that the art form changed.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like, I want to say crayons, but it was like color pencil esque. I love the transitions between that. I also love the fact that when you watch this film, it at first was like a comedy, and then it turned into a love story. You know, it's almost like it almost mimics real life. Like if you date somebody, sometimes they'll be your friend first, and then you fall in love with them. And this movie really took some of the essence from that. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this movie an 8.5.
8.5.
I really enjoyed it.
I'm also gonna give this movie an 8.5 because I just thought it was just a great overall movie. I love animation. Mm-hmm. There wasn't no part that dragged for me. I mean, anime is anime. It is what it is. So while I'm watching it, everything was going boom, boom, boom. I love the twist. I love the fact that at the end you didn't really know if they actually succeeded with what they did. It was kind of a slow reveal at the end if they succeeded or not, because it was like a 5-year jump.
It was like a 5-year jump after that. And I like how you see the girl he went on the date with. And like she brings up, like, we went to that town together, and he's like, yeah, did we have a falling out or something? Because I woke up on the mountain.
And she shows like a wedding ring that she's
married. She's getting married to the guy that she was out on that trip with.
Yeah. So that was cool. So I give it an 8.5. Phil?
I would give this a 9. I really like this movie a lot. It's hand-drawn animation is something that's like a little bit lacking now these days.
Yes.
Something like this comes around, it's great, and especially like a great story. Like I said, there's nothing that this movie is telling you don't need to know, like coming down the road. It becomes like very important. So I think it's like great storytelling, just a great animated movie, like overall. Not like your most traditional anime. Like, yeah, we do think Dragon Ball and stuff like that. And then there's also like anime like this that's just great movies. I'd give it a 9. I really enjoyed this.
That gives it an overall score of 8.45. Just edging out the IMDb.
I was gonna say I didn't have a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, this is not Ninja Scroll or Wicked City.
No,
Ain't that type of anime.
Very nice. Very nice.
Where are the heroes?